Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a tag video, which is not something that I usually do, but once in a while I see a fun tag and I want to do it. So this one I saw on the channel A Teacup the Storyteller, which I will link down below because this is a channel where I see a lot of fun tags, and for this one I thought I want to sit down and film it too. So this is the Reader Problems tag. And it has 11 questions, so let's get into it. The first question is, you have 20,000 books on your TBR, how in the world do you decide what to read next? Now I'm a mood reader and I'm also a seasonal reader, so I would probably just grab a couple of books that fit my mood and the season and then just decide somehow, like maybe do a chapter challenge or something. But yeah, usually I have a pretty good idea what I want to read next. I would die if I had 20,000 books on my TBR, so I'm glad that's not the case. Second question is, you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? Now, unfortunately, I am a completionist. I always have to finish books. I tried DNFing a book. It was The 12 Kings in Sharakai or whatever it's called. I really tried, but it did not work. I had like about a third left of it and I had to finish it. So yeah, I can't DNF. It's so sad. Luckily I can DNF series, but I cannot DNF books because I always think that there might be something great coming, even if it is very hopeless. Third question. The end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away on your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try to catch up and how? Now I set my Goodreads challenge to 52 books. That is a lot less than I usually read, and the reason for that is that I don't want to get into this situation. Now, if we do the little like fun thought game, I don't think I would catch up, to be honest. Like, I'm definitely a competitive person, so I would feel like probably I should try, but I don't know, like, I wouldn't pick up a book just because I know that I can finish the challenge. I don't know. I don't think I would. Like last year I read, I think 89 books, and it would have been satisfying to have 90, but it was also okay to have 89. Question number 4. The covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? That is a big issue for me. I cannot. So how do I cope? Usually I only buy series when they're completed, and if they still don't have matching covers, like the Diviner series, where you have matching covers but the books are a different height for some reason, then I will get them as an ebook or as an audiobook. So that's my workaround, so they don't have to look ugly on my shelves. Number 5. Everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? I have no idea how to answer that question. Like, usually I'm fine with people loving a book that I don't like. Like, sometimes you have this feeling of like, did I read a different book? Like, one of my number 1 books where I have that is with The Book Thief. Like, I really don't know what the hype is. I also got spoiled for that book, so maybe that has something to do with it. Also, I'm German. I have to read, or I had to read and learn a lot about Nazi Germany, so maybe that's why it's not hitting, you know, just some Australian guy who had like German parents or something, or grandparents. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have to bond with anyone. I'm fine with like being an odd snowflake every once in a while. Number 6, you're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? Okay, we've all had that happen to us. I usually have a pretty easy time of just hiding myself, like with the hair and maybe like a hat or something. So yeah, I've had people look very concerned because I was crying on the train. Not only because of books, but sometimes also when I watch the movie on my phone. So it does happen and people have feelings. That's okay. Number 7. A sequel of a book you loved just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration? As I said, I do like waiting for a series to be completed, so usually when I know that there will be sequels, I don't pick up the books right away, but wait for the sequels. Sometimes though I don't know that it's gonna be a series, or I have a reason for picking the book up because of a book club or something like that, and then I do reread the previous books when the next one comes out, which is also the reason why I still haven't read some of my most anticipated books of the last couple of years, because I would have to reread a lot before I would get to them. And this year is the year where I'm committed, like I have to do it. And one of those series is the Hell's Library series, so the Library of the Unwritten and the sequels. Yeah, I still need to read the last book, but it's one of my favorite series, so I'm very mad that I still haven't gotten to it. Number 8. You do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people nope when they ask? Now, I think most people know that I don't like borrowing books, or like, yeah, that is how you say it. Is that how you say it? Whatever. Just like, I don't want anyone to have my books, basically, because I am protective of them and I fear for them and I like them being on my shelves. So usually people don't ask me whether they can borrow them, or it's people that are so close to me that I make an exception. So I don't really have to tell people no. Number 9. Okay, that's a question that does not work for me. Reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? Now, I do get reading slumps very rarely, but sometimes it happens. And what I usually do is just go with the flow. So when I don't feel like reading, I just don't read, and that's fine. Like, you can just spend your time rewatching a TV show that you love, or just watching a lot more YouTube or something. I don't know. I don't always have to be reading, and that's completely fine. So yeah, as I said, this hasn't happened to me for a very long time, and the whole thing about like trying and putting down books, that's not me. That's not how it works for me. Number 10. There are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? I try to be very conscious of my book buying, and I think that you can see that very well. Like, I did a book haul of all the books that I bought for myself last year, and I had read the majority of them. And that's because I usually only buy new audiobooks, and I only ever get an audiobook when I'm ready to read it. So that's how I consume most of the like new books coming out. I do sometimes also buy other books, like I've bought a couple of ebooks last year, especially for readathons where I wanted something specific for a prompt or something like that. But I'm not great at like buying a ton of new releases and then just having them sit on my shelves. That's just not how my book buying works. And the last question. After you've bought the new books you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? Now, as I said, with my audiobooks, the turnover is very quickly because I buy one, I listen to it, I buy the next one, I listen to it. So I start them immediately after buying them. And that is basically what I want all of my reading to be like, but it's not how it's working out right now. I do have quite a backlist of books that I'm trying to get through. I have about 50 unread books right now, and I'm right now at the point where I know that I will not be able to read all of the books I currently have within this year. And that's very sad to me, because that means that a lot of the books that, for example, I got for my birthday will probably have to wait for a year before I get to them. I do have plans for a couple of them, but with some others, I just feel like it will be hard to squeeze them into my reading plans because I have too many books on my TBR. And then again, with the ebooks, as I said, I only buy an ebook when I'm about to start it. So again, there the turnover is quite quickly. So overall, I would say I try to get to them quickly, but with the physical books, it does take a little bit of time. So that was the tag. I don't know if I will tag someone in the comments. I do think I will have like a couple of people in mind who maybe want to do it. So check out the, not the comments, the like little box down below. Where I tag people that I want to do this tag, but I think it's really cute and really fun just to see how different these reading styles are as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like or a nice comment. You can answer any of these questions if you want to in the comments, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye!